The 21st Century Business Model. Ignore the New World Order at your cost. We have edition 1 of the book and also edition 2. So what this book is about is the way the 21st century has changed, and how, if you're going to be starting a business, the kind of things that you need to be aware of. So it's just useful just to recap and just to remind ourselves that the world has gone through several types of ages, right from the Stone Age, agrarian age, whereby it was all very agricultural. We sort of were very much using the land and living off the land and what the land produced. Then we moved into the industrial age, whereby it was more working in factories, and now we've come on to this thing called the information age, whereby it's a lot about knowledge workers and the sort of power that has all about who you know. You can just see in the past 10 years, the previous decade, which is the first 10 years of the 21st century, you've got the advent of email, which has grown phenomenally, text messaging, and some of these businesses that didn't even exist 10 years ago. Facebook, phenomenal amount of growth, 600 million users. At the turn of the 21st century, they weren't even in existence. So you can, I'm sure, appreciate how important something like Facebook is for a business today, and yet just 10 years ago it didn't even exist. So if you're going to be creating a business, you need to be thinking of 21st century strategies and to have a 21st century business model in place, and that's what this book talks about. It's looking ahead, just even the next 10 years. What kind of changes will the next 10 years bring? What political, economic, social, technological changes are going to affect a business in the 21st century? How do you position yourself to be ready for that? And remember, people, particularly in the Western world, are living longer. What kind of impact is that going to have on your business, or even on any kind of business that you would choose to adopt? Huge challenge facing people in the West is how one can continue to support oneself when your working days are over. There's a huge pensions crisis. People have not quite faced up to this big, it's almost like an elephant in the room. We're going to live longer. Who's going to pay for it? We're not saving enough. There's a lot of debt. Something's going to have to give somewhere. And if you have a business which has positioned itself to, take care of some of these issues that are going to arise, people haven't maybe verbalized them yet, but they're there, they're on the cards, then you're going to do very well. Think about what sort of business you could start today. This book talks about the key elements a business needs to be successful in the 21st century. It's a business model for today. Nothing to do with yesterday. It's all about today and looking forward into the future. And if you ignore the New World Order and how things are changing, it's going to cost you dearly. The book, The 21st Century Business Model, is available on Amazon and in all great bookshops. There's also an audio version as well called The 21st Century Business Model.